You're about to learn why some men walk into a room and gravity quietly rearranges itself around them. Why a woman can sense him before she sees him. Why her attention slides toward him without permission. Why he doesn't chase it, yet it keeps returning. You've been told attraction is luck, looks, or lines. That's wrong. Attraction is a set of laws most men never learn to read, much less obey. Break them, and everything feels uphill. Forced smiles, lukewarm responses, her interest evaporating the moment you start trying. Live them, and the room slows down for you. Her pupils widen a fraction before she says a word. The way you breathe calms her nervous system. Your silences do more than other men's speeches. If what you've heard so far is shifting how you see yourself, stay with me until the end, because we're just getting started, and today, you're going to wire these laws into your bones. Here's the first truth most men never swallow. Women respond to the nervous system you carry, not the vocabulary you memorized. Your micro-tension, the speed of your blink, the rhythm of your breath, the steadiness of your gaze, these announce you before your mouth opens. You cannot fake it for long. So we start with the law that governs all the others, the law of inner state. You do not seek her energy, you generate your own. You walk into any interaction with a full battery, clear purpose, rooted breath, relaxed jaw, and a playful mission that has nothing to do with getting her to like you. When your system says, "I'm already good," her system scans you for threat or need, finds neither, and softens. Practical. Before you approach, drop your shoulders, exhale slow through the nose, feel your weight in your feet, and let your eyes settle. Not dart. You're not auditioning. You are filtering. You are the frame, not a visitor to it. The second law is tempo control. Attraction blooms at the edge of anticipation, and anticipation cannot exist when you rush. Most men talk as if they're afraid silence will expose them. Your power is to slow time. You speak a shade slower than the room. You take half a second longer to answer than people expect. When she finishes a sentence, you let the words land before you respond. That tiny buffer creates gravity. It signals you are discerning, not scrambling. It gives your words weight because they are not trying to fill space. They are choosing it. Practical. Set a subtle internal metronome. If you feel your heartbeat rising, lower your voice volume, halve your words, and lean back an inch instead of forward. The space you create becomes the stage where attraction performs. The third law is outcome indifference. Desire is not the problem. Dependence is. Women feel the difference within seconds. When you need a particular outcome, her number, her approval, her validation, your body leaks it. Your smile becomes a petition. Your jokes are bids. Outcome indifference means you are sincere and directional, but free from clutching. You can escalate or you can walk away without dinging your self-respect. This isn't coldness, it's sovereignty. Practical. Before any interaction, pre-choose that either outcome is fine. Practice leaving first when energy turns lukewarm. You don't punish, you don't pout, you pivot. The message her nervous system receives is simple. I'm good either way, which paradoxically makes both ways lead back to you. The fourth law is selective revelation. Mystery isn't about hiding, it's about sequencing. Most men spill their biography in the first 5 minutes because silence scares them. You reveal yourself in layers, only when it serves connection. You share specifics that show standards and values, not a resume built to impress. You let her ask for more. Your stories are distilled, vivid, and short. You share a single sensory detail that paints a scene. Then you stop. She leans in, she imagines, she invests. Practical. Choose 3 facets of you that hint at depth, something you're building, something you're mastering, something you're exploring, and rotate them, never dumping all 3 at once. Leave doors slightly ajar. When she pushes one, you open it a little more. The fifth law is pre-selection, but not in the shallow way men think. It's the social proof that your energy already wins trust and attention in the world. She's not testing your popularity. She's testing whether other humans, especially women, relax around you. That relaxation is a proxy for safety and status. If your life is barren of community, you can't borrow this signal convincingly. Build it. Practical. Craft environments where you are valued. Mixed group dinners, collaborative projects, skill-based communities. When a woman sees you being naturally included and effortlessly leading without hogging the center, You become legible as desirable without you having to advertise it. The sixth law is qualification. A high-value man filters. He does not only hope to be chosen, he chooses. You don't interrogate. You invite her to demonstrate what makes her distinct. You reward substance, not surface. When she shares something generic, you don't fawn over it. You redirect toward depth. Your attention is earned, and she feels the lift when she earns it. Practical. Use curiosity surgically. Ask what she respects most in herself, what boundary she keeps with the world, what challenge she is actively choosing. Then watch for congruence between words and micro-expressions. When you catch a real edge, you mark it with a calm smile that says, "That lands." Now your attention is a currency, not a spray. The seventh law is boundaries with teeth. Attraction without boundaries becomes chaos. Attraction with boundaries becomes trust. You don't posture, you don't threaten, you don't perform toughness. You calmly state what you allow and what you won't, then you live it. If she disrespects your time, you don't lecture, you subtract availability. If she tests your frame with drama, you don't match chaos. You end the interaction gracefully and resume only when stability returns. This is not punishment, it's leadership of your own life. Practical. Decide your non-negotiables in advance. Communication tone, punctuality, honesty about interest, and make them real by practicing immediate, proportionate consequences. Your consistency is the attractive part, not the rule itself. The eighth law is embodied polarity. Feminine energy is drawn to grounded masculine containment, direction without pressure, presence without flinching, decisiveness without rigidity. Your body broadcasts this before your words ever can. Keep your spine tall but loose, chest open but not puffed, chin level but not raised in defense. Your touch, when invited by context and consent, is firm and slow, never jittery. Your eye contact holds, then releases. Holds, then releases, like a tide, not a clamp. Practical. Train your body daily. Strength, mobility, breath. Not for vanity, for signal quality. A body that can carry load, sit still, and move with precision is a body that transmits safety and power. She feels it, even if she can't name it. The ninth law is tension craftsmanship. Attraction is the art of calibrated distance. Too much closeness too soon and air disappears. Too much distance for too long, and the spark dies. You learn to play in the space between. You don't rush to resolve the energy. You let it hum. You tease with a smirk and balance it with sincere warmth. You interrupt predictability with a pause at exactly the moment she expected a compliment, and you offer a real observation instead. Practical. During conversation, use contrast. Serious to playful, light to grounded, warmth to cool, and let each phase breathe for a few beats longer than comfort would prefer. Tension without resolution equals anxiety. Tension with timed release equals desire. The 10th law is leading the frame. Frames are the invisible contracts that shape interactions. Why you're both there, what game is being played, who sets the tempo. Most men wait for her to define it. You define it by declaring direction. Not with speeches, through proposals, movement, and decisive choices. You suggest the shift from one environment to a more intimate one. You decide where to stand in a crowded space to create quiet. You reframe a stale, surface conversation to something with teeth. Practical. Become a master of seamless transitions. This was fun here. Let's walk. Your voice drops half a note, your body turns first, your feet lead, and you look back with an expression that invites but doesn't beg. Leadership expressed physically is leadership she can feel. The 11th law is reward mastery. Attention is a lever. Affection is a lever. Time is a lever. You pull them in response to behavior, not mood. When she shows courage or depth, you reward it. Your eyes warm, your proximity closes, your tone softens. When she slips into games that cheapen the connection, you disengage. Lightly, with no resentment, like a man changing the station. This trains the dynamic toward the best in both of you. Practical. Be specific with your recognition. The feminine thrives on being seen for essence, not output. Mark the quality you witnessed. Playfulness, honesty, resilience, not the superficiality. Your rewards then become addictive because they mirror her highest self, not her performance. The 12th law is escalation aligned with reality. Attraction wants forward motion. Fear wants stasis. You honor both by escalating at the cadence her body language and your integrity agree upon. You don't jump ladders. You climb rungs. Emotional to physical, public to private, playful to intimate. Each shift is earned. You watch for open body angles, prolonged eye focus, relaxed shoulders, mirroring gestures, and the spark in the voice that says, yes, even when the words haven't yet. Practical. You make your intent clear without pressure by pairing a direct suggestion with easy exit. This is masculine containment. Bold offers. Zero coercion. Paradoxically, your willingness to release the moment invites her to step into it. Now let's plug these laws into daily behavior until they become your baseline. Start with mornings. Your first win is not on your phone, it's in your body. Train something that challenges your breath and your will. Then do a 3-minute stillness drill. Sit, inhale through the nose to a count of 5, exhale to a count of 7, and lengthen each cycle by 1 count without straining. This is how you teach your nervous system to carry calm into turbulence. Throughout the day, practice micro-leadership. Initiate small movements, choosing a table, redirecting unproductive talk, proposing a better plan. Every micro-act teaches your system that you are a man who moves the world an inch at a time instead of waiting for permission. By evening, you've stacked enough signals that when you enter a social environment, your presence is not something you switch on. It's something you've been generating all day. In conversation, remember that the most attractive men are not the most entertaining. They are the most attuned. Attunement is violent focus, without tension. You listen for the exact word that lights her up and you circle back to it. You catch the joke she tells to hide a truth, and you gently press where most men laugh and move on. Attunement says, I see behind your eyes. When you do this without interrogation, you create a pocket of intimacy that rivals any fancy plan. Practical. Limit your conversational threads. Most men scatter. You choose one theme and drill into it with layered questions that progressively reveal value, boundary, dream, and fear. When she offers depth, you slow and honor it. When she deflects, you smile and move playfully sideways, then return when she relaxes. Your consistency becomes the container where her shields lower. Your appearance is neither everything nor nothing. It's the envelope your message arrives in. Clean fit, clean lines, clean scent, clean nails. Choose textures that invite touch and a color palette that frames your skin tone and eyes without screaming. Wear one piece that tells a story about your life, a subtle reminder that you are not a template. But understand this, no single item creates attraction. The cumulative precision of many small right choices does. The message is, I respect myself enough to handle the basics flawlessly, which frees her to relax into your presence rather than babysit your chaos. Socially, you cultivate a signature energy, warm, amused, and unhurried. You're the man who introduces people to each other with context, who notices the person at the edge of the circle and invites them in, who tells a short, vivid observation that makes the group feel alive without hogging the floor. This is quiet status, the kind that multiplies in mixed company because it makes everyone feel safer. When a woman sees you doing this, she doesn't just see kindness, she sees leadership in disguise. Her brain maps you as a man who can hold a room, and by extension, a relationship. When you text, you treat the medium as a bridge, not a destination. Your messages are clear, light, and purposeful. You avoid essays. You match the energy of the moment, then you raise it slightly. You don't use your phone to negotiate interest. You use it to facilitate movement. The man who needs constant digital reassurance has not mastered outcome indifference. The man who texts with a calm, direct cadence communicates that his life is already in motion, and she will either join that motion or not, and either is fine. Understand tests for what they are, checks for congruence. The feminine will occasionally push to see if your words match your spine. If you respond with anger or compliance, you fail. If you respond with amused steadiness, you pass. This doesn't mean tolerate disrespect. It means differentiate between playful friction and real boundary violations. When it's playful, you smile, hold eye contact, and reassert frame with warmth. When it's a violation, you disengage decisively. Over time, your consistent response teaches her body that with you, reality is stable. Stability is not boring. It's the platform where deeper polarity can dance without fear. Money and status amplify or expose you. If you have them, they should make you freer, not louder. If you don't, your bearing should still communicate resourcefulness and forward motion. A woman is not evaluating your bank account. She's evaluating your trajectory and your stewardship. Do you keep promises to yourself? Do you build? Do you protect your time? Do you upgrade your world monthly in small, tangible ways? These questions tell her more about her future with you than any expensive signal. Humor is a blade. Used well, it disarms. Used poorly, it wounds, and you pay for it later. Your humor teases the moment, not her insecurities. You play with contrast, not cruelty. You never hide your neediness behind sarcasm. A man who can make a woman laugh without making her tense is rare. Become that man by pointing the joke at shared absurdity or at yourself in a way that demonstrates security, not self-erasure. Laughter should open her more to you, not close her a little to protect herself. Your language matters. Trade filler for force. Eliminate apologies you don't mean. Replace convincing with conveying. When you make an observation, ground it in something real, something you saw, heard, or felt. Vague words create vague experiences. Specific words land. Speak as if the world is listening and you are unhurried enough to be precise. You won't rush because you respect your own thought. That respect teaches others to respect your thought. Jealousy is a fire you can heat a room with or burn a house down. Do not use third-party attention to manipulate her. That's amateur scarcity play, and it boomerangs into distrust. Your pre-selection should be organic, a byproduct of a life rich with community and options, not a staged stunt. If she brings up other men, you don't compete. You expand the frame. You should be around people who light you up. Same here. That answer isn't passivity. It's a flex. It says your value is non-negotiable and your reality is abundant. Sexual energy is not what you do with your hands. It's what you transmit with your presence. You create it hours before you touch by being unapologetically male, strong, gentle, clear, and by allowing tension to exist without demanding payoff. You flirt with your eyes before your words. You let silence and proximity speak. You build trust through clean intent and patience. You escalate when it's mutual, and you pull back when it's not, without sulking. This makes your next advance feel safer and more electric, because her nervous system remembers you honored her last signal. If this is hitting something inside you, drop your thoughts below. I read every single one, and I care about men who choose to step into their real weight. Because the world doesn't need more noise, it needs more steadiness. It needs men whose presence feels like a deep breath after a long day. When you become that man, you don't just get numbers or dates. You shift rooms, you elevate groups. You attract women who are done playing with boys and ready to relax into a man who knows where he's going. So here is your integration path, simple and non-negotiable. For the next 30 days, you will practice 3 anchors daily. First, breath discipline. 3 sets of slow nasal breaths morning and night to teach your body to move slower than chaos. Second, micro-leadership. In every environment, initiate one small upgrade. Change the table, reframe the topic, invite the outsider in. Third, boundary drills. Pick one small boundary and enforce it cleanly the first time it's crossed. Track this like a craftsman counts reps. As these anchors install, the 12 laws stop being ideas and become your baseline. Women won't just react differently to you. You will react differently to yourself. Remember, your value isn't what you convince someone to see in you. It's what leaks from you when you forget to perform. The laws are nothing mystical. They are human nature read accurately and expressed consistently. They are your breath, your pace, your eyes, your standards, your willingness to move the moment forward or walk away in peace. Live them, and you won't have to hunt for attention. Attention will find you, question itself, and return. If what you've heard today has shifted something in you, stay close. There's more to build. Share this with a brother who's ready to stop chasing and start choosing. And if you want more like this, subscribe and make sure you don't disappear into the crowd again. Your next room is waiting to feel you enter.